No, my final fact before the multiple choice facts is simple. It goes like this. Emmarentia Dam is named after Lo Geldenace's English grandmother.
Her name was what? Her name was what? Emmarentia. I mean, named after his grandmother is probably where you're being dodgy, to be fair.
So
it's probably like his daughter.
You know, that whole region.
You know, I haven't guessed yet, so if you want me to...
Well, okay, you can guess, then I'll tell you some things.
All right. Is it true, Ryan? It's true. It's
true.
Right.
Emmarentia Dam is named after Lo Geldenace's
Lo Geldenace played
English
prop
grandmother.
for Northern Transvaal. The 1985 Currie Cup final,
It's
yeah.
always a prop,
Yeah.
It's a prop, yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'm going to say it's true just because I've got no idea. I know it's named after a woman. I don't know. I mean, Lo Geldenace. Hang on. Lo Geldenace's grandmother was called Emma. That's unlikely. Like, there's
I said English grandmother.
Something happened in that family, didn't it? Anyway, tell me the story. I'm going to say it's true.
Oh, so Emmer. Bucket Geldenace.
Bucket. And she was called that because she slept with so many... No, I'm not going to say that. That's rude. Anyway.
I was being a dick there. You got it wrong, so it's not true because it was not Lo Geldenace's English grandmother. It was just his normal boer wife. It was his wife. And that whole region, if you ever get the chance, my ex once, we homeschooled once. It was an interesting year. Once for a year.
Was it 2020? Because if so, that's the acceptable year.
2009. Okay. Yeah. And so in the one Father's Day, 2009, she books a hike for me and the kids. And we go hike at Melville Koppies.
Okay.
It's a beautiful little place, And then the oak who gave the tour was so learned. It was wonderful. So we were walking, does a lecture on history, then a bit on the grass and etc. But we got to the top of the koppie and then we looked north and then he said, well, actually what you're seeing is all these areas. There was one farm called the Braamfontein farm and then it was bought by two guys. One of them was Lawrence Geldenace and then he left it to his two sons, Lo and the other one. And it was Lo's wife, whose name was Emmarentia. Also after the Second South African War, because these oaks were part of the Krugersdorp Commando in the Second South African War. And so they got a lot of guys who were a bit unemployed and poor after that to come and build Emmarentia Dam from the Braamfontein Spruit. No, the Western Spruit. I don't know which Spruit. There's a Spruit and they built a dam. And he named it after his wife, and then he died, and she sold the land, and it became the suburbs of Emmarentia, Greenside, and Linden, and then she donated a whole bunch to the Joburg city municipality. One of the things she donated became West Park Cemetery, and the Botanical Gardens. Where's the Botanical Gardens?
It's
around Emmarentia.
They're
Yes,
in
that's
Emmarentia,
right.
Yeah.
Yes, and so that was all. Emmarentia Geldenace donated that stuff.
What's interesting about that is that brings us a complete circle from my first fact, because that Edward Lippert or Edward Lippert, that piece of farm that he bought to turn into the Saxonwald Forest was part of that Braamfontein farm. So so that's all. Yeah, it's all the same piece of land.
Cutting it up and selling, but all one farm, bro. Yes, had big farms back then. Oh, and what Lawrence did with the guys that were unemployed was he gave them land to farm, and in lieu of rent was just a third of the profits from whatever they sold and cultivated and farmed. So really, people helping people in an interesting way. Very nice.
You would have seen me play computer games all day and not farm a damn thing and been like, here's your your 1/3.
Oh, I'm waiting for this pear to grow now. I'm going to give you... Yeah, sure. It's growing. Oh, it's going very well.
Any minute now, you're getting 60 cents off this pear.
That's why I admire the Asian people who grow rice, because you can't just wait. You can't just plant and wait for the rain to come. You got to work that. It's like the water. You cock it up very easily.
This is not Johannesburg though at all. Not at all.